Hello, this is Chris, and I am back once again with a brand new trailer reaction video. Today I'm going to be giving my reaction to Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Really looking forward to this one, and it sounds absolutely insane to be talking about another Marvel movie when we've had perhaps the biggest comic book movie ever made in the history of comic book movies come out like last week. In fact, I think Marvel have pretty much got two movies in the theatres right now. I think Black Panther's still playing in some cinemas, and we've just had Infinity War come out. And now we're talking about Ant-Man. For me, before this, like, the fatigue was starting to set in with the not just Marvel movies, but superhero movies in general. And then Infinity War came out, and all of my problems have just been thrown to the wayside because I absolutely loved Infinity War. You can actually check out our review for Infinity War. It's a spoiler-free review. Tomorrow night we will be going live for our spoiler discussion on that. And just as a heads up before going into this one, I'm going to try not to talk about any spoilers about Infinity War, and I'll ask people in the comments to do the same, as the movie's only like a week old. If I am going to talk about any spoilers, I will give you enough warning, but I'm going to try and stay away from that as much as possible. With all that being said, we're going to jump into the trailer now. Going to talk much more about it afterwards, but Ant-Man is one that I'm definitely looking forward to. So I'm going to click play now.
So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
I'm glad that Giant Man's still going to be in
I
it.
wish I could fight bad guys like you.
I seem to mess it up almost every time.
He's just the everyman, you know? Like,
Maybe you just need someone watching your back.
that's kind of like the, it's reminding me of Deadpool.
Like a partner.
You know, the leaked footage that came out for Deadpool 1?
I actually heard what happened to you. You opened up the quantum realm. That's when this crazy creepy ghost who like walks through walls and stuff. Stole your tech. And now she wants to take over the world or whatever. Who would have believed that in your hour of need, you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember? That's us.
The only chance we've got is both of you.
Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Follow my lead.
I'm looking forward to seeing Evangeline Lilly in this, because I absolutely love her as an actress.
She seems more intense.
You go low, I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
We're gonna die. I don't wanna die. We didn't die!
Hey, what'd I miss?
We were just tiny.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
Ah, Fishburne.
My record, 21 feet. You?
65 feet.
65.
If you two are finished comparing sizes,
65.
Yeah, that looks fun. And that's really all the first Ant-Man movie was to me. It was that, you know, in terms of plot, I've heard a lot of people compare it to the first Iron Man movie because it pretty much is exactly the same as the first Iron Man movie. But there was just something so fun and laid back about the first Ant-Man movie, and I think it was a movie that shocked everyone. The first Ant-Man movie was originally going to be directed and written by Edgar Wright, and I think that Marvel kind of bared down on him quite a lot. I think he wanted to do his own thing with it, kind of put his own unique stamp on it, his unique Edgar Wright stamp on there. And Marvel, having created this universe, kind of wanted to make it more tied in with all the other ones. Maybe like put a reference to Avengers there, maybe make the character more like this, and creative differences. He left, so no one expected Ant-Man to be good, and especially a premise as ridiculous as Ant-Man, a character as ridiculous on the surface as Ant-Man. But I think once they made Guardians of the Galaxy, like, Marvel kind of had carte blanche, like they could do whatever they wanted. If as long as you attach that Marvel name to it, it will pretty much be a hit, and Ant-Man was a hit. And I've actually spoken to a lot of people who have watched a lot of these Marvel movies saying that Ant-Man is their favourite one, like he's their favourite hero. This movie's going to be set in between Civil War and Infinity War, and I think that speaks volumes, actually, because if we look at the placement that the first Ant-Man movie came out, You just had Avengers Age of Ultron, and you've got to follow that movie up with something. You've kind of got to bring it back down to normality a little bit. So you have like the big cataclysmic climactic events of Age of Ultron, and the fact that it wasn't a great movie. And you follow it up with something like really easy and digestible and as fun as Ant-Man. And I think that's what they're going to aim for with this one as well. We've just had Infinity War, which is climactic and traumatic for very different reasons to Age of Ultron. And you're going to follow it up with Ant-Man. And I think that's perfect placement. I'm looking forward to seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp working together in this movie. As I said in the reaction video, I absolutely love Evangeline Lilly. I've loved her since the days of Lost, which was one of my favourite TV shows when that was on TV. And you know what? Say what you want about the Hobbit movies. Her character is terrible. I don't blame Evangeline Lilly for that. That was a studio decision to add her character in. I don't want to make this too much of a Hobbit review, but the point is that even if her character isn't great in a film or a TV show or whatever it happens to be, she's always great. She's got a hell of a lot of range as an actress, and she loves doing these action roles. She loves kicking ass, and it looks like that's exactly what Marvel have given her with this movie. I think it's a role that she's wanted for a long, long time in terms of that, you know, strong female character. In terms of like the action and stuff, they're ramping it up from the first one. Some of my favourite Marvel scenes were in the first Ant-Man movie, was how creative they got with all of the shrinking and increase in size and everything like that. And the world that Ant-Man sees when he is small was some of my favourite things. I thought they got so creative with that, and it looks like they're going to do the same. Hopefully they throw a few more of those sight gags in as well, like the Thomas the Tank Engine scene from the first one on the little children's railroad. You know the scene I'm talking about if you've seen the first Ant-Man movie. And I'm not going to go into spoilers here, but I'm going to talk very vaguely about Infinity War. So if you haven't seen Infinity War and you literally want to know nothing, then you may as well click off now, because you've essentially got my thoughts that I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm wondering if the ending events of Infinity War will have some kind of repercussions on this movie. That's all I'm going to say. Whether I think it'll probably be in a post-credit scene of this movie, of Ant-Man, because Ant-Man wasn't in Infinity War. There's like a blink and you'll miss it line that refers to whereabouts he is. This is sort of taking place in between that moment, as far as I know. And I think probably the post-credit scene of this movie, or maybe the very end of the movie, will link him with where Infinity War has rounded off. And that's all I'm going to say now. You can take your bets as to which characters, you know, that might happen to. I'm getting into spoiler territory now, so I don't want to get there. If you've seen Infinity War, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that'll do it for my reaction to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to Ant-Man? Are you looking forward to more Marvel movies? Anything superhero, Ant-Man or Marvel related, please do drop me a comment. As I said at the beginning of the video, tomorrow night we'll be going live for our spoiler-filled discussion on Avengers Infinity War. We've got a lot to talk about. It was very difficult to keep it just to spoiler-free in our previous review, but we've got a lot to talk about. We'll be talking about the movie, we'll be talking about the future of Marvel itself and the future of the cinematic universe. So if you are a superhero fan, if you are a Marvel fan and you've just discovered us through this video now, definitely do check out that live stream tomorrow. We've got lots more stuff coming out. There'll be more movie reviews, there'll be more trailer reactions from me as and when trailers come out. That'll do it for me right now, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.